Hi, and welcome to my video on why Truman dropped the bomb on Japan. In this video, I'm going to discuss the factors that influenced Truman's decision. And I'm going to explore the different perspectives on whether or not the bombs were justified. The factors that influenced Truman's decision. There were many factors that influenced Truman's decision to drop the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The belief that the bombs would shorten the war and save American lives. As I mentioned in the intro, the United States was already engaged in a costly and bloody invasion of Japan, and it was estimated that an invasion of the Japanese mainland would result in the deaths of millions of American soldiers. Truman believed that the atomic bombs would force Japan to surrender, thus avoiding a costly and bloody invasion. The fear that the Soviet Union would enter the war against Japan. The Soviet Union had declared war on Japan on August 8, 1945, just 3 days after the bombing of Hiroshima. Truman feared that the Soviets would take control of Japan after the war, and he hoped that the atomic bombs would deter them from doing so. The desire to demonstrate the power of the atomic bomb to the world. The United States was the only country in the world that possessed atomic weapons at the time, and Truman wanted to demonstrate the power of these weapons to the world in order to deter other countries from developing their own nuclear arsenals. The different perspectives on whether or not the bombs were justified. There is still debate about whether or not the atomic bombs were justified. Some people believe that the bombs were necessary to shorten the war and save American lives, while others believe that they were an act of unnecessary cruelty. Those who believe that the bombs were justified argue that they saved lives in the long run. They argue that an invasion of the Japanese mainland would have resulted in the deaths of millions of American soldiers, and that the atomic bombs prevented this from happening. They also argue that the atomic bombs forced Japan to surrender, which ended the war and prevented further loss of life. Those who believe that the bombs were not justified argue that they were an act of unnecessary cruelty. They argue that the bombs killed hundreds of thousands of innocent civilians and that they were not necessary to end the war. They also argue that the bombs set a dangerous precedent and that they have led to the proliferation of nuclear weapons in the world. The decision to drop the atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki was a complex one, and there are many factors that influenced Truman's decision. There is still debate about whether or not the bombs were justified, and it is a decision that will continue to be debated for years to come. What do you think about this video? Let us know in the comment box. Please like this video and share to your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.